welcome back. So next day, I'm feeling much better today. It seems to have subsided a bit, so I'm really happy about that. So before we carry on with pencil work, I'm going to colour in the sunrise, and I've brought the water up to here. It's kind of made sense, and then the leaves break it up, so that helps. I'm going to take the yellow we put down here, which is barely visible, which is primrose, and then I'm going to take the sugarcane and do the grass mounds. They're what we use down here. So I'm going in with our beautiful primrose, and I'm going to do this sun. I'm going to cover the whole sun, and then we'll do pencil work over it to define whatever colours we want. So I'm going to get that sun done. Don't you be running out on me now. It is very, very pale yellow, so I might come back in with a brighter one, but we'll see how it dries. I'm trying to stop in spots where it won't be so noticeable. You know, when you leave an edge and let it dry, you get that you get a dry, like a rough drying line, a bit like watercolour really. So I'm trying to leave it, well, that's not a sensible spot. I'm trying to leave it in sensible spots to break up the chance of that happening. I thought with me feeling better today that I might be able to speak to you a bit clearer today, but it would appear not. I think we'll have to do, it was requested that I did some more folk art style colouring, and I think I really want to try my method of acrylic paint and then alcohol markers over the top. So I need to find a book that would be suitable for that. Any ideas, anyone? They would be greatly appreciated. Okay, so we've got our yellow, although it'll dry almost non-existent, and then we're going to take GY7 sugarcane, and I'm going to do this grass verge. I'm just going to colour, I'm not going to fuss about the little grasses that are sticking out, I'll colour over those. And then we're going to come back down the picture and do, oh, I think they're bulrushes too, aren't they? Just little ones off in the distance. Yeah, we're going to come back down our picture, and we're going to do colour, so put some pencil on these reeds or weeds, whatever you call them, plants. I don't know. Okay, is that it? Look at that beautiful yellow when it dries, it's so subtle. Okay, so if we move down here, and I'll bring you in a bit, I've shaded a little bit here just to test it out with two colours. So I've got violet, and then I've got dahlia purple. And so I'm going to go in with violet at the bottom where we put the darkest of our two colours. I mean, you don't need to do this. If you don't want to colour over your alcohol markers, you don't need to. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of the dahlia purple and let that fade into that alcohol marker. And then we'll have violet on this side of the stem. I think it looks really pretty with the little bit of violet, a little bit of the dahlia purple, just really lightly. I know it covers that initial colour, but it's so easy to colour it with that base down. You haven't got half the work to do. All the white of the paper's covered. You can go in as lightly as you want and as little as you want, just to put that bit of shading in. And it's really quite good practice at I'm sorry I keep saying it's really quite good practice at keeping your pressure. You know, if you want to practice doing light pressure, this is great. There we go. So we're going to colour it in like that. So we're going to go violet at the bottom. And then a little bit of dahlia purple. There we go. And now I've run out of... No, I haven't. I've got some colours here. I'm only joking. So I've got to go back over the water to give it a little bit more oomph, because it's kind of a little lost. I've got Pale Sage and I've got Blue Violet Lake, two of my very favourite colours. So where we've got the green, if you can see the green, just pick that out with your Pale Sage, and let's just put a little bit of colour on there. And then where we've got the blue, we can put the Blue Violet Lake. And I'm just following that natural bleed, you know, where the alcohol marker has bled a little bit, because I used a lot of it. I'm just following that natural bleed. And what we should end up with is that appearance of movement in the water. And of course we can always bring in some white, because... Can you see? Because white will colour beautifully over alcohol marker. So I'm doing it really lightly, as you can see, and I'm getting lighter and lighter as I want to keep some of that white that we've already got in place. And then come in with the green. Because otters live in rivers, they're generally not crystal clear waters, so not that I'm going for realism here, but they would be a little bit murky, maybe a little bit muddy. And then we can use white Posca to bring back any whites we want, but I think the water is quite important in this case, isn't it? It's his habitat, where he lives. And we're kind of showcasing that. Okay. So I don't want to make it too dark, but at the same time there needs to be some colour in here. It's a bit wishy-washy, isn't it? And then we can just switch between our Blue Violet Lake and our Pale Sage, and white if you want to. And then let's get the white, make sure it's clean, and then if you put white on there, I don't know if you'll pick that up, but it does show up, especially over alcohol marker. If we do it down here, can you see that? Straight over it, beautiful. Okay, I think that's enough for now. That's enough for me to be getting on with. So I'm going to go and do all my water, and I'm just following where we'd already put the alcohol markers in, and then my reeds, and I'll meet you back here when I'm done. See you in a sec. Alright, finished all that. Did those tiny little bulrushes at the back, just in a little bit of chocolate. We are going to put Posca or paint pens over this, so we'll get some more white in the background, but I think the water looks much more alive. So I'm going to take the two colours that we've just used, and on each bubble I'm going to put Blue Violet Lake at the bottom, because I don't want to leave a black ring round our bubbles. So I'm going to put blue at the bottom. I'll bring you in so you can see, it's probably a bit close. and then our pale sage at the top of it, just so that when we put whatever colour we're going to use to go around the edge of the bubbles, they stand out a little bit. There we go. I did that one just to experiment. So we're going to have blue here, just at the bottom, and then we're going to do the sunrise next. Because I think that's probably going to be the most challenging bit. I'm going to do it in alcohol markers. I have got some pencils to go over it, but we'll see how it comes out. Okay, bubbles, bubbles. I think with very little effort they will look really effective when they've got some colour on them, some outlining on them. Here we go. Okay, bubbles done. So let's have a look at this sunrise then. I hope this works. So we already put that very pale, let me move the camera, otherwise I'm more or less colouring on my lap. We already put the primrose on there, didn't we? Let's just put a little bit more primrose in. I've done the pencil at the top here, so that should sort of repel any alcohol marker, sorry. Gosh, okay. And then I've got crescent yellow, yellow chiffon, and cream, but cream is quite a bright orange actually. It looks really pretty blend. So I'm going to go in with our primrose right at the bottom of the sunrise, and I'm going to do the rays separately. So I'm going in with our primrose like that. Then I'm going to go in with the lemon chiffon. I'm going to overlap that line. Okay. Then the next colour, which is much brighter yellow, is oh sorry, that's lemon chiffon. That was crescent yellow. So this is lemon chiffon. They'll be in order on the screen. And then I'm going to leave a tiny bit at the top where we put that orange, because it's quite bright. Well, it's called cream. And we're just going to put that in, and I'm going to overlap that edge. Okay, and then we're going to let that dry. So, I'm just going back in with that lemon chiffon, and I'm just going to blend that a bit better. There we go. So now I'm going to go back to these colours and put some of this in the water. So I'm going to take crescent yellow, and we're going to have a little bit of this, just streak this in into that water. And then we'll go in with our bit of our brighter yellow, which is lemon chiffon, and we'll put even less of that in. There we go. And then we'll have a tiny, tiny bit of the orange. And then we'll be able to come in with white at a later date. And there, that's worked out really well. I'm going to go back over that orange. So I'm taking the lemon chiffon, which is our brightest, and I'm just going back over that orange. And then it will just ensure that it's blended in nicely. Okay, and then the rays, I am going to ignore this line here because it annoys me. We're going to work through them again. So let's pick a ray out that we're going to do. Okay, oh, aren't they fiddly? Okay, so primrose, crescent yellow, I'm just going to pretend that that line is not even there. Lemon chiffon, and then our cream. So I'm going to do that all the way up. So we're going to start again. So primrose, crescent yellow, lemon chiffon, and cream. There we go. We'll just do another one quick. I don't know what it's meant to be because it's cut that tree off. I don't know if I'm just being dim. Wouldn't surprise me. Normally I'm just being dim, but I don't get it. And then I'll probably use some Tule Arts and take it out. But yeah, look at that, how that's drying. Isn't that beautiful? So let's go off and finish the rays of the sun, and then we'll meet back up. I'm thinking that I want some kind of sort of rusty red colour here, but trying to find them out of my pastel set, which I want to stick to, is quite the challenge. So we will see. Alright, go and do your sunset and then we'll meet back up. Okay, that's the sunrise finished. I love how it's come out. It's just subtle and beautiful and calm. Love it. Okay, we're going to turn our attention down to the clamshells and the little crabs. And I've just got two colours. I've got sand white and I've got pink flamingo. So with the sand white, I'm just going to move my... I have a cup of latte. I'm going to do the little crab in sand white. And then we'll do some pencil over him or her. And then I think I'm going to do the little fishes like trout. And they've got some really pretty colours, trout. So I'll have to work that one out. Okay. And then on his clamshell we are going to do the pink into the... No, let's do the... what is it called? Sand white. Into the flamingo pink. So again, I'm just going over that edge, and I'm going to bring that down. Obviously dries a lot lighter. And then I'm going to do an edge of sand white on each ridge, and then the flamingo pink. And again, we can put pencil over this. So this is just This is just to help us get some colour down. There we go. And then we've got those ones down here to do, so I'll just do them quickly. We'll put sand white down here and then on each little ridge. I like the repetition in this book, or at least on this picture anyway. They've kind of made it symmetrical, haven't they? Sort of down the bottom here. I hope the weather's like this when we go away. It's lovely today. Just perfect. Perfect for me. It's got a breeze. It's warm. It's just lovely. Okay. Let's leave those little I was going to say crabs. Those little shells to dry, and we'll come back to those with some colour, I think. They're going to need a little bit more. And our crabs now should be completely dry. I'm just going to use sienna brown and eggshell. So I want the sort of reddy tone, yes you can see, I want the reddy tone of the sienna brown. And then I'm just going to drag that into our colour with the eggshell. There we are. Simple but effective, I think anyway. In my humble opinion, folks. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same here. So we're going to make his little ridges dark and then pull that colour out with our, excuse me, with our eggshell. Now I'm just looking at it and thinking, could we do with a little bit more of a reddy colour in there, but is it too similar to our otter? And it might well be. So let's grab, just looking at it, yeah, let's go for it. Let's add a little bit of Tuscan red, and that'll bring out that red colour I want. I know that they're only red if they're cooked, but I just want a little bit of red in there, and then we'll pull that out with the, there we go. So just a little bit of Tuscan red. And then we can go back over that with the sienna brown. Oh, I'm so excited. I think my paints are ready. So I haven't done the lovely glamorous glitzy ones like the Art Spirits like Rebecca does. I'll leave Rebecca's expertise there and continue to buy my glitzy glamorous ones from Rebecca. These are just matte normal watercolours. And fingers crossed, I'm going to do a little swatch for my Patreons and members, I think, because I only made, initially only made, well, I've made 5 sets. 5 sets of 16 or 18, I can't remember how many there is. If they're successful and people like them, I will make more, because it's very expensive to make them. Well, yeah, not too expensive, but it's very time consuming. It's taken about 3 weeks to get it right, get them dry, if not longer. I can't remember even when I started them. So I will do a little video for them, and then, but I'm not going to put them in a tin, so that keeps some of the cost down. And I'm just trying to keep it as cost effective as possible. That's much better. I really like how he's come out. That's so cool. Okay, now we need to turn our attention to these, back to these clamshells, and I haven't got the colours planned. I don't know. So I want, I think I'm going to have, let's have some peach, and then let's have some pink. Let's try that. Okay, so if we come down from, oh, and let's have seashell pink. That's a really good beige colour. So if we just come off the edge of that, look at that, it's almost perfect match. Okay, come off the edge of that beige and then go in with our pink. Like that. And then we can have a little bit of pink, peach, sorry, to blend into that alcohol marker. And a bit more pink, just brighten it up a bit. There, like it. That's cool. Okay, so seashell pink, pink, and peach. And then we can outline it. And let's do this big bit at the bottom. Well, I don't know if I'll be able to outline it. I don't know if my hands are steady enough. I'd have to use quite a fine, I think I'd have to use quite a fine, well, a fine liner or a gel pen, I think. I don't know if my hand will be steady enough. Although it feels much better today, but I just don't want to sort of tempt fate. You know, you spend hours doing a colouring page and then the next thing you know is you've got a blob of Posca on your page, or you've completely ruined it because you've gone out of the line with your marker. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, I think that's beautiful. I think that's really cool. Okay, so let's go off. You've got to do the other little crab that's hidden up here. And the other two clams. Oh, there's another crab there, look, I forgot. Ooh, let's get, what colour was it? That one. Sand white. So you've got to get this one done too. There's me saying yesterday, oh, I don't think there's much, it won't take us long. I think it's all the little fiddly bits that take the longest. Alright, okay, so go off and do those and then I'll meet you back when we finish those. See you in a minute. Okay, here's how we're looking and I love it. Now, remember I said I wanted sort of rusty red leaves up here. I'm going to bring this combination up to our leaves. Just because I think it'll add more warmth and it will bring the crab colour up. And just keep it sort of, I don't know, I like the combination. So I'm going back in with the sand white, and then I've got the little trout combinations as well. I'm going to colour these in sand white. I'm also going to bring up the green that we used, quite unusually for me. Oh, we've got some there, so maybe I might not be able to do that. I was going to bring up the green from here up onto that grass islandy bit. However, we've got some there that I've missed out. So I might have to select some different greens for that. I'm just going to keep going with this while they're drying, so I've got enough to show you. Although they'll be pretty straightforward, like the rest of the page has been, really. We haven't done anything too taxing, have we? Okay, that should be, what colour should that be? Yellow. I'm going to bring our crescent yellow into that. Yeah, so it's part of crescent yellow there, and then I'm just going to stick it in there just because. And in this side I probably could do with a bit of orange as well there, maybe. Alright, so we'll let those dry and let's come down and have a look at our little trout. So I'll bring you in because they're so tiny. And the ones with stripes I'm going to do with processed red. The one without stripes won't have the processed red. So we'll do this one first. And I am going to very bravely put processed red down the centre of this trout. Like that. And I'm going to bring a little bit of that pink around the gill here. Like that. Then I'm going to put a little bit of Blue Violet Lake along the bottom. I do have, in case you're wondering, I have got an image in front of me of a trout. I'm not going for realism, but I want to get the colours right. A little bit of blue there, a little bit of blue above that line, and around that process red there. Okay, and then we're going to go in with artichoke. It's playing a big role, you know, in our colouring today. Artichoke on the fins. It's kind of a mucky colour, isn't it, artichoke? So it's one of those ones that don't get used as much as it should, I think. It's like a, you know, a misunderstood colour. And then we're going in with marine green. And I think I'm going to put a little bit of marine green into that, just lightly, into that artichoke. And there we have a little rainbow trout. How cool is that? Okay, now this one we're going to do exactly the same, but we're going to remove the processed red. So everything exactly the same. So we'll have a little bit of blue down at the bottom. Now I don't know if this is right or not, I just got the colour for the rainbow trout out. We're going to have blue round the gill, like this. And then we're going to come in with our artichoke and fill that up. I figure it's better than just my usual like goldfish. Okay, and then marine green. I mean, you could put that stripe in them if you want to. You could put it in. There's nothing to stop you doing that. If you felt like you wanted them all to be rainbow trouts. But I quite like them. I quite like the dullness of them. So, in fact, I think that's the only rainbow trout. Oh, there's a tiny little one here, which is going to be near on impossible to do. And these ones are rainbow trout. Let's do one of these. So let's bring our beautiful processed red back. They're kind of upside down, these ones. Like a yin and yang type thing going on. So we'll do the same again. Processed red. Blue Violet Lake. Can you see? Yeah, oh goodness. Blue Violet Lake at the top here. I'm not being too precise, I'm just sort of chucking it in there. Let's just chuck it in and hope for the best. I think they're meant to be the other green, aren't they? There. I think that is meant to be that colour, that grass green. and it's not part of our fish. And then a little bit of our marine green. How's that? Very cute. Very, very cute indeed. A bit more marine green at the bottom here. There we go. He looks really dowdy without the pink, doesn't it? I might just put it in. I might just put it in myself. Just be rebellious and do it myself. Why not? There we go. A bit more blue. I mean, I know they are, some of them are a bit dowdy, aren't they, river fish, but especially UK river fish. We don't have to have them dowdy. Okay, I'm going to put the pink in. So I'm going to leave the pink in. I'm going to leave the pink in our trout. What was the other thing I wanted to... Oh, the leaves, now they're dry. Let's go back up to those with the colour we use for the crab. So we've got Tuscan Red, Sienna Brown and Eggshell. So I'm going to go in with Tuscan Red here, Sienna Brown here, and Eggshell, like that. Let's make that Tuscan Red really nice and dark. And then on the edge here I'm doing the Tuscan Red. This side, you've seen me do this I think before. Then we'll come in with the Sienna Brown. And then we'll put in the Eggshell. And we kind of get shiny leaves. That's perfect. That's what I was looking for. That kind of sort of rusty red leaves. Just something a bit different, because we're going to have green up here and browns for the tree trunk, so I just thought it'd be something a little different. So should we do it again? Tuscan Red down the centre, take that right the way down, pull it out a little bit so you've got a little tip on the top and the bottom, Sienna Brown, and leave a nice space for our highlight with the Eggshell, and then reverse that. So on this edge, Tuscan Red, and some of them are really tiny, so we might not be able to do it with all of them. And then pull our highlight in with the Eggshell. Let me see, are there any really tiny ones that we're not going to be able to do it with? Yeah, like here, this one hidden behind here, we're probably not going to be able to do that. So let's just go in there then with our Tuscan Red at the bottom, then our Sienna Brown, and then our Eggshell, like that. And then I'm going to make the stalks Tuscan Red, or the stems Tuscan Red. And that will really poke out compared to our blues, and it's just going to bring everything to life, I think. I don't know what I'm going to do with those, all the little daisy type things, and I've missed a bit of blue down here. And I've missed violet. I need violet. I've missed, where did I just see it? Where was I? Here. I think that's supposed to be a stem there. Well, it is now. Oh, and you couldn't see. I'm so sorry. Just doing that. Oh dear. Okay, so we've got our leaves covered. We've got our trout covered. Let's have a look. Come out and have a look. Oh, I just love it. I think it's going to be stunning when it's done. I'm so pleased with it. And I don't say that very often, but I really am pleased with this page. So let's go off and do those two elements, and then we'll come back again and with another plan. I'll see you in a minute. Okay, here we go. So I've got a couple of other little bits planned. Like I want to do the grass, and I want to do these leaves and these daisies down here. So I'm going to take viola that we used in part 1 to do the reeds or whatever they are, and I am going to do these in purple. So I've taken the viola alcohol marker and I'm going to do that there. And then on the daisies, I'm bringing down the oranges, so the sunset colours. So I'm taking cream for the centre. I think it will just unify our page a little bit. And then we get to do the fun bits, which are I'm just trying to think what I'm saying now. The fun bits, which the paint pens. So I'm going to take we have our yellows, but I don't want them all. I think I want don't want that. That's green. How's that crept in there? That could have been lethal. So I think I'm going to go. I think we'll go primrose, and then the lemon chiffon for our little daisies. So if we go primrose at the bottom, and no, sorry, lemon chiffon at the bottom and primrose at the top, like that. So it'll give us a very much lighter tip, but a nice yellow petal, just because, why not? There we are. And then now that's dry, we can put the colours in. So if we take violet and dahlia purple again, and we just gently put a little bit of that in for these. Like that. Might as well do the other one together. So violet, dahlia purple. Okay. I just suddenly had this thought that actually I've missed a bit of water here. I keep finding bits of water I haven't coloured around that little tail. Yeah, I just suddenly had a thought that if we reuse the colours that we've already used, it's just going to help to bring the page together. So I think that will be very pretty. I haven't decided on the butterfly. I'm always rubbish at the butterflies. I don't know why, because they're such beautiful things to colour. I don't know why. So for the grass, I've got the marine green we used on the trout. I've got artichoke again, and I've got a bit of lime peel. So I want to put the marine green around the edge of the water, because that's our darkest. And bring that round. Put a little bit in there to denote that little hill there and there, and maybe even in that little dip. Like that. There we go, bit of marine green. It's a lot quieter today, isn't it bliss? All I can hear is the birds today. It's lovely. I don't want to jinx it, but I haven't heard any petrol garden tools today. I might go out and do mine after this. Oh, no, I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm just going to soak up the peace and quiet before the weekend comes. Okay, then I'm going to go in with a little bit of artichoke. It's quite amazing how versatile this pencil is, because if you look at that now, you get that green come through, whereas when we used it down there, you get more of a sort of a browny colour. It's quite a versatile colour. Okay, just following that marine green that we've put in, and then we can put a tiny bit of lime peel too. Don't need much, just a little bit in there. You can use it for anywhere that you just want a little bit of a blend, and then blend it into that alcohol marker. And we're going to do the same for our little lily pads. So I'm going to go in around the edge nearest to us with the marine green, like this. And this should look slightly different because it doesn't have the alcohol marker underneath it. So this paper, by the way, I meant to say to you yesterday, this paper is just beautiful to colour on. It's gorgeous paper. Okay, and then our artichoke. See, that's got more of a brown tone to it now. Whereas when we put it over the alcohol marker, it looked more yellowy green, didn't it? And then the lime peel, let's put that in. I'm trying really hard not to snap this, look how sharp it is. There we go, I knew it was coming. Well, at least I can colour it with it now. So I'm just going to go over all of that with that lime peel. Now I've snapped it. Okay, so we've got our grass done, we've got our lily pads done. We need to finish our daisies, and then I've got to work out. I'm thinking I might make these pink actually. So what? Yeah, why don't we do that? The shell colours, let's do that because they're so tiny. So pink, seashell pink, pink and peach. Let's do that. So if we put in pink, just random bits of pink. I don't know what they're meant to be. So they're now going to be flowers. Little cute. They probably could be tree leaves, but they're now going to be flowers. Because I say so. There. And they're so tiny that you're not going to get much detail on them anyway. And then our seashell pink, let's put that in. So that brings up our shell colour in there, and we'll have just little pink stems, just a little bit of colour up there, like that. Okay, what else? Is there anything else I can pull up? No. Alright, so let's go and do our daisies, these colours, and then I will be back with the finishing touches. Like we've just got the butterfly, the dragonfly, and we need to fill those leaves. I'm just going to do with gel pen, the little tree, you know, so just tiny bits. Alright, I'll see you in a second. Right, so the bottom half of our page is now complete, apart from any paint pen work we want to do. So we're going to come to the top. Let's have a look at that. Okay, so we've got the little tree, which is sort of negligible. So I'm going to put espresso. Is it? Yeah, espresso. On each side here. So we keep our symmetry. Then the light umber. And then blend that through with beige. we go, a little bit of tree. And then our beautiful dragonfly. So I've got Mediterranean blue, light aqua, true green, and I've got cloud blue. So with my Mediterranean blue, I'm going to go in on this, on the body, and put that in. And then I'm going to fill the body up, the rest of the body up with light aqua. Because he'll be brighter, but it will sort of reflect our watercolours. And then on the wings, I'm going to go in with light aqua. No, let's do blue, the Mediterranean blue, up the front here. And just a tiny bit, can you see? Yes. Tiny bit at the base of the wing. Around the back there, around there. Then we're going to go in with a tiny bit of true green. And then the cloud blue. There we go. A bit more true green. And we've got one little dragonfly. It's going to make that darker at the bottom there. A bit more blue, I think. That's better. Okay. Have we got another dragonfly, or is it just the... Oh, it's just the one, I say. Okay, I've got gel pens here. I love these gel pens. I think they're Shuttle Art. I was gifted them, and I absolutely love using them. So I've got a green and like a lime green, and that's what I'm going to fill in our reeds with. These tiny little bulrush reeds even, sorry. And then just sort of alternate between the lime green and the dark green, I think, just to give it a little bit more interest. Any more for any more? Yeah, there's one over here. We might have to do those dark green because of the grass colour. Dark green, dark green. And then we'll go in with our lime green. Anything else? And we'll just do the dark green on the bulrush stems. Coming up a little bit like that. And there we go. Absolutely love these pens, they're brilliant. And I'm going to do the same with our ladybird. I've got a nice red one. Let me just check that that is. It's not running as much, it's a newer one, so it's not running as juicy. Okay, little ladybird, I'm just going to do in red gel pen. They're too tiny for me to try and get in details in there. So red ladybird, just tucked away in the corner there. I might put some black on them. There we go. Alright, now I'm going to bring up the purples from the weeds into our butterflies. So I've got the same colours, but I'm going to throw in Blue Violet Lake with it too. So I've got violet, dahlia purple, lilac and Blue Violet Lake. And we'll just see how this goes. So I'm going to do my violet on the edging, which probably would have been better with gel pen, but I wanted to keep the colours the same. So I'm going to make that dark with the violet around the edging. Like that. Hope you don't mind a long video, folks. I thought the alcohol markers would sort of lessen down the amount of time that it takes, but not really. We'll put a divide in there. Pretty. Okay, and then a little bit of dahlia purple round this bit. So we get that beautiful pink colour off the dahlia purple. Then we're going to go in with a little bit of lilac. So we get all these beautiful purple mix in there. And then our blue violet lake. So we've got a little bit of everything going on in there, look. Isn't that pretty? I think so. And then we'll do some gel pen detail on it. Then we'll do the same over here. So violet. Obviously it's a lot smaller, so a little bit more tricky to navigate. Violet, dahlia purple. A little bit of lilac. That helps our blue blend in. And then our blue. I'm going to do the same for that one over here. So they've mucked up my symmetry. They've put one there and there, but there isn't one over here. We've got a dragonfly instead. I mean, come on, people. It's such a pretty page though, isn't it? So violet, dahlia purple, lilac, and blue violet lake. There we are. They're very, very beautiful. Okay, I think, dare I say it, that the actual colouring part is done. Now I want a Thule art or Posca art. So I'm going to take Posca and I'm going to go round the bubbles in white. Hopefully they'll stand out enough in white. Might have to make the lines a little chunkier. If they don't stand out, that's fine. I don't mind if that's how they want to be. They can get on with it. This is my favourite part. I love doing these little detail parts. And I think I'm going to grab some Thule art colours and go to town with it. Lots of bubbles. And I've missed a daisy. Dang it! Let's colour the little daisy in. There we are. More bubbles. Okay. Gosh, that one's wobbly. Look at the state of that one. Alright, I think that's that. I think our bubbles are done. Now I want to go to my Thule art pens. So I don't know whether I'm going to use the pastel set or actually the confetti set is beautiful. So let's crack out that. That's the jewels. Where's the confetti? I've got so many of them now. I've collected them, so I think I've got all of them. And I want the confetti set. And of course it'll be the last one that I look for, won't it? Yep, right on the bottom. Confetti. And I want, they've got the most incredible aqua colours in here. So I want, what colour is it? Look, here's the, oops, oh, here's the colours. Aren't they gorgeous? Just incredible. So I'm thinking for this top part of the water, I want this to be, we're going to put some white in, but I want some sort of aqua-y colours that are darker than what we've used. So 19 is lovely. 19, just so you know, is called Merry Mint. And then I have to try and get that ball to move. So if you have the Tulle Arts, my recommendation is, watch your ears. My recommendation is that you take them out sort of once a week and shake them. I cannot get this ball to move. Here we go. There we go. Okay, so just check it's running properly. Beautiful. Okay, it's such a gorgeous colour. And I think I'm going to do the underwater part with the Tulle Art. Like this. Isn't that pretty? I'm going to make those bits down there, that aqua colour. Just take them out because I want to put white down there. So, and we'll put a few little aqua lines in. Yeah, so my suggestion is, if you have them, is just sort of take the box out once a week, give them a shake, just keep that ball moving. They, you know, they do reactivate, but you have to beat them until they behave. Okay, so let's now try, ooh, look at that, 22, look at that blue, oh, 22. I hope you don't mind me sitting and playing with you like this. Oh, come on. No wonder my hands hurt. Oh, hopefully we'll start now. I've thrown it on the floor. I usually just knock it on the edge of my desk. Nope. Oh, there we go. So the trick to that is throw them across the room, folks. Okay, let's see if this one's working. Oh, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I'm just going to... There we go. Oh, it's so pretty. And I'm going to take out... I don't know if that'll be too obvious. Oh, see, it's splodged. I've splodged it. Yeah, I don't know if that one's going to be too obvious. I don't want to wreck it. Yeah, look, it's going to... Okay. Alright, we have an emergency crisis, folks. Get out my water brush. Okay, let's get rid of that. Spread it out a bit. It looks like it's meant to be. Take a bit more from the page. It's alright, we'll go in with some white. We can fix it, it's fine. That's the first one I've ever had Tule Art do that on me, ever. Okay, we're going to play safe now for a minute. I'm going in with my white Posca. She says there it is. And I want to put some white in here, so I'm taking these out. This is like our movement of our otter. So I'm taking these black lines out. And I'm going to put this white in while that bit of paint dries that's just given me a heart attack. Which is exactly what I was just saying earlier, wasn't it? About you work really hard on a page and then massive splodges of paint. But I've never had that before. And I think it's the shaking process, obviously. And then they flow so beautifully. I don't want you to be put off by that. They are magnificent pens to work with. I think that's just a one-off. So I'm going over these lines and doing it quite thick. I want them to stand out, these white. And the reason being is it looks like the flow of the water as he's zooming past and having fun. I mean, you could spend hours, I could spend hours doing paint pen work on these pages. And I think, if I'm honest, I think it really does make a difference to the page. So I'm going to put some, following where I put aqua earlier, I'm going to put white in down there. Okay, looking good, isn't it? I won't mention names, but I know one person's pulled their book out last night to colour with me in this book. So I'm so excited to see their version of it. Now I was going to get yellow, but I'm a bit frightened now. Because these have been sat for a while, I need to shake them all and then sort of, because they're so juicy. Missed some white here. And up there. But I think you get the picture. So I'm going to go in with a lot of gel pen. A lot of paint pen, sorry, not gel pen. Is that all the white? No, there's some little whoosh marks here. And there. Any more? I think that's done. Okay, so I'm going to take, instead of that, I'm going to get I'll have to get my confetti set re-going and give them all a good shake so that doesn't happen again. I'm going to get the pastel set out. Now I absolutely love the yellows in the pastel set. The 22 and the 23 are just stunning. 23 and I need to get my little trays set up in 22. These get used all the time, so they flow really lovely. So I'm just going to move that out of the way. And then I'm going to put the 22, between the 22 and the 23, I'm going to take these lines out. We can also put some white in. Okay, that's 22, I think. Yeah, 22. This is 23. Much softer. Much softer yellow. We'll put some of that in. Take that horizon line out. Like that. Okay, then we're going to go in with some white, which should then, you know, give us like that sunset, sunrise reflection. And I can fix my errors on the waves, the wavy bits. Just want that white in there. Just so it makes it look even brighter. Got that nice sun reflection in there. Isn't that cool? Okay, so now I'm going to fix my errors over here with white. See, no one will ever know that I fluffed up. There you go. There is a nice like minty pastel pen as well. Okay, there we go. And this colour, number 2, is khaki, it's called. And I use it loads and loads and loads, but I think we could take out some of this thick line around our otter if we're brave. Are we brave? Am I brave enough? I don't know. Let me just make sure you're supposed to clean your pens off afterwards, and I'm so lazy with it. I forget. It's not that, there we go, that I deliberately do it, but I forget. Let's do round the face because that's paler. And see what we think. Just round his ear. Like that. Yeah, I like it. Let's go for it. And then I can just put little black lines back over his whiskers. Sorry folks, can't talk. It's just the way it is. Isn't it funny when you want to get your lines straight, you just can't do it, you can't talk. Okay. I need to bring it up his highlight side of his tail. So I don't want to do the whole thing. I'm going to colour over that when it's dry, because that shouldn't really be there. Well, I suppose it could be. There we are. I have a little bit round here. I'm going to put that on the shell as well, I think. Oh, I don't know, it might be a bit too much like him. Let's have a look. Yeah. The shell might blend into him too much if we do that. What do you think? Do you think he looks better without the black outline? I do. I do. I think it looks much better. Let's take that out as well. Can leave little bits in, like the division between his face and his chin, because that works. Let's do the foot. And we'll do his leg over here. And I'm going to finish his tail just because. We can put a little bit there. And then I'm just going to finish his tail so he doesn't look odd. And then I'll come back and put those whiskers in. Yeah, I like that. That's so cool with those black lines gone. I like it. Okay. Let's do just the underside of his paw here. There we are. Yeah, very cool. Fluff him up a bit there. Might have to do that. There we go. Alright, that should be dry now, so I'm going to take my artichoke and I'm going to take that out. Or at least knock it back. There. And there. And definitely on his paw. So we get the highlight, but it's not that so in your face. Alright, what else did I want to do? I want to do a definite line there. So I'm going to take number 12 from my pastel set. I should just go off camera really, shouldn't I, and just do it. And then come back on and show you. Because you're probably bored. You've probably left me. You're like, oh Lucy, we don't need to sit and watch you outlining things in marker. Take some of this out. And then there's a minty green. Let's do number... Let's do number... 6 or 7. 6 or 7. 7. And then just make sure it's running properly. Okay. It's not. Why is it not? Why is it misbehaving, people? Right. Doesn't want to play. There we go. Now you're playing. That's it. I think. There we go. We'll put some of that in. Why is it all the bright green ones are not going to play today? Perhaps I need to change the nib. Sometimes they get clogged up because I forget to wash them. And so then what I'll do is change the nib and I'll put this one in just hot water to soak. And then they work again. She says. This one is not going to play ball, is it? It comes out alright, so I don't know why it's not. There we go. And I want some more white now. Okay. Right, let's get the white. I'm nearly done, folks. I might do the sun or I might not. Oh, and I wanted to do some little details on our butterflies. There we go. Water. I was going to put stickles on it, but if you saw the page that I did yesterday, I put glitter glue on that Dahlia purple, and it changed it to like a bright pink, like almost like processed red, like that. So I don't know what happened there, but maybe I should just step the hell away. I don't know. Oh, I just think I should stop. I'm going to stop, folks, because I'm getting carried away, and as I always do, and step away itis takes over and I ruin the page. So I'm thrilled with how it turned out. I would like this darker. That's the only thing I'm thinking about. I tell you what we could do before I do definitely step away is get my white gel pen back out. Here's a plan. I've missed a white bit there. But to make that look bluer, if I come under here with a thicker line of white, that should bring that definition back out, doesn't it? That's better. And then let's put, oh, it's not quite dry, I don't think. Okay, right, that's it, I'm done. No more. I was going to do so much more, but I'm not going to. I think that I really did want to take the lines out, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to leave it as is. I'm happy with how our little otters come out. I like the highlighted bits that we did do. Not really happy with the bit on his paw, so I'm going to scrape that off. Usually if you just use your nail it comes off. Maybe not. See, I need to just stop. What is wrong with me? Alright, I'm going to say goodbye, folks. I'm going to say goodbye. I hope you've enjoyed it, spending time with me and all my paint obsessions. I might put a little bit of stickles on the bubbles just to make them stand out or something, but at the moment I'm going to step the heck away and leave it alone because, like I say, I'm going to end up ruining it. So thank you so much for spending time with me and listening to my incessant forgetful rambles. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you like the page if you're colouring along. If you are colouring with me, please share it on social media somewhere so I can see it. I really, really love... I know what I knew there is something I have to do. Put the whiskers back in. I haven't done it. I do really love... Oh, come on. I do really love seeing all your work. Is this a black pen? Yeah, I'm going to do it with just a black biro because I think it will be finer. There. Just a black pen. There we are. Right, now I can step the hell away. Alright folks. Yeah, I do love seeing all your pages. If you followed me along and I see a page that somebody's done, it really makes my heart skip. Because I'm like, oh, wow, that's the page I did. They followed me. So, yeah, anyway, okay. So have a fabulous weekend. I hope the weather is not too hot where you are. I know some of my American friends are really suffering with the heat. I was told last night that somebody's got 40 degrees Celsius. I can't imagine. I would die. I could not cope with that. And I hope us folks in the UK are around, get a decent amount of sunshine. So sending all my love, and I will see you next week. So take really good care of yourselves, and I'll see you then. Bye.